Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fast growing gear site on the web, and today we're going to uncrate the Fox V1 helmet. Hey, what's up, Speed Addicts fan? Before we get into the Fox V1 helmet, do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, the best gear channel in the universe. Get the latest and greatest from the power sports industry. We're gonna break down the gear and help you make great buying decisions. Speaking of shopping, if you're gonna do it with Speed Addicts. There's a link in the description below. They'll get you the complete selection of Fox V1 helmets. You'll also find all the parts and gear you need for your next two-wheel adventure over at speedaddicts.com. And remember, if you're in SoCal, come check out the new Superstore. Say what's up. We're all here. We've got the world's greatest helmet selection. We've got gear, apparel, parts, e-bikes, boots, you name it, we got it here under one roof at the Speed Addicts HQ in the city of Orange. Okay, here we have it. Fox, actually down the street from us, they're also in Orange County. The V1 helmet from Fox is the one to buy if you ask me, and if you are trying to keep the budget under control. The V3, also great helmet, but really this one's half the price, less than half the price from the V1 RS carbon helmets, right? This comes in at $209 to $229. I actually think it fits better. It fits my head shape better. Anyways, it's got Mips and it is crazy light, coming in at under 3 pounds. It almost floats away. So really, I think this is the sweet spot in the Fox Vine lineup. The Fox V-Core helmet, which is the little brother to this, you're gonna save around 50 or 60 bucks, but really I don't think the V-Core fits very well for most intermediate oval head shapes. What we're finding here is that hits a lot of people in the forehead. Not this. This head shape, this Fox V1 head shape is dialed in. It fits an intermediate oval head, which is what a lot of folks in the US have. So that's my recommendation or my personal preference. Injection molded polycarbonate. So the thing you get when you step up to the V3 helmets from Fox is you're going to get a composite or a carbon fiber. Those helmets are much more expensive to make. They're a lot more time consuming to make. They have to lay layers of either carbon or glass, and it just translates into a much higher price point. But they've got a polycarbonate helmet here with Mips that's under 3 pounds for half the price. So DOT, it's street legal. It's also ECE 2206. What the heck is that? You're asking. ECE is the European standard. For a street legal helmet in Europe, it needs to be ECE 2206. That's their latest safety standard. It's a more stringent, rigorous, and I think a smarter test compared to the DOT testing here in the United States. Come on, America, step it up. So basically, if you see ECE 2206 on a helmet, know that it's gone through a 4-part or 4 different drop tests. A fast, a slow, intermediate, a rotational. So it's pushing the helmet manufacturers, in short, it's pushing helmet manufacturers to make helmets that are more protective than they previously did. And I think this helmet is great for recreational riders, intro track riders, e-bike riders, you guys out there on the Surons, the Talarias, the e-rides. There's a million brands of kind of e-motocross bikes that young folk are ripping around the streets on. Don't wear a bicycle helmet on those. It's not quite as protective as a motorcycle helmet, and you're now doing motorcycle speeds on a lot of those e-bikes. So you've been warned and suggested to make a better buying decision. Mips equip, what does that mean? That is that little yellow label there. When we take the helmet apart, what you're gonna see is an added layer between the comfort liner and the helmet's EPS foam that allows your head to slide inside the helmet should you be impacting something hard. And that slippage allows that rotational energy to be managed in a way that doesn't result with it going into your gray matter, hopefully. Okay, so less rotational energy into your brain is a good thing. That's what Mips' job is, and their whole company is about. It's a third-party device that Fox and other helmet companies are licensing and putting into their helmets. Head shape, intermediate oval. Like I already told you, I think this is the best fitting helmet in the Fox lineup for an intermediate oval head. It runs true to size. You're gonna see extra small all the way up to 2 extra large. Order the size you normally take, or go ahead and measure your head first. Check out the sizing chart. You shouldn't miss. 4 shell sizes, 6 sizes of the EPS foam. More shells is better. That means you're gonna have a closer fit That means that the guy in the medium is not wearing the same external shell size as the guy in the 2X. That happens in some cheaper helmets. It seems odd, but if the company is trying to keep costs down, they'll make less molds and less shells, and then you'll be Jack in the Box. You don't want that. Youth size is also available at a slight discount. Great helmet for the youth and introductory or kind of novice riders there that are trying to keep the pricing under control. Remember, if you're worried about fit, you're worried about buying a helmet online, you've never done that before, what do I do if I get the size wrong, Shad? Well, if you bought it at SpeedX, you don't have to worry because we're going to give you 90 days and a free return shipping label, so it's really no risk. Take a stab at it. Just make sure you don't wear it on the bike and that you keep all of those packaging materials so that you send it back to us in good shape. That way you can get an instant store credit, buy a new size, or just your money back if you decide it's not for you. Speed Addicts has got you covered. And again, the Superstore here's got the best helmet selection west of the Mississippi, probably east of the Mississippi too. Come down and we'll fit you in person. So with Fox helmets, they all look great. I think they're some of the best looking helmets on the market. If you go over at Fox HQ, you'll see they have a massive design staff. It's basically like if Google was a motorcycle company over there. It's just a really killer campus. It's an inspiring place to be, and I think that translates into some excellent design work. Just beautiful looking helmet, all the angles, the reliefs in the back. The mouthpiece is the classic V-Series mouthpiece here. The front of their building is actually designed to match this. This is one of their signatures. So you get a massive mouth guard up in the front. You're going to flow a lot of air there. You also have a little bit more porting and air up in the brows, these big slices that are kind of look like eyebrows themselves up at the top. In the rear, more exhaust. It's not about just plowing air in. You got to get the hot, moist air out the back. So that will be accomplished here. And the number one place air comes in that people don't think about on a motocross helmet is actually the eye port. Make the eye port huge because the goggles keep getting bigger and you still want air to flow around the goggles there. I like this Nardo gray design with kind of the orange highlight. This thing is really popping for me as well. So it will flow air. Adjustable visor, unlike the Fox V Core, with a fixed visor, this one is adjustable so you can bring it down. It's in the all the way up position while we're shooting here today. All right, that's about enough for the exterior. It looks great, it flows air, it's got the safety standards you want, and remember, it's 2 pounds, 12 ounces in a medium. If you're not familiar with helmet weights, know that anything under 3 pounds especially feels exceptionally light when you pick it up. In the store, people pick it up and go, holy crap, this thing it almost wants to float away. It's that light. Stuff that's 3.5 to 4 pounds, you pick it up, and it's very average feeling. It's very kind of heavy, and that makes a difference, especially if you're racing or riding long recreational single track stuff, technical riding. Having a light helmet on the top of your head really makes a difference. It's gonna make your ride more enjoyable. Reduce fatigue. Double D-ring closure here. Real simple cheek pad system with a few little snaps. The one thing that is noticeably missing, which is becoming more common these days, is a speaker pocket. Now there is a relief here. I don't think I could call this a speaker pocket. It's more of like kind of an ear relief. Can you put a speaker in there? Yes, you can, but it's not a real speaker recess per se, as I had seen in other more late model motocross helmets are actually coming with that because guys are wearing comm systems more frequently off-road to talk to their buddies on recreational trail riding trips. So I'd like to see kind of a better speaker pocket in the future. They kind of have this liner on the front end. This is kind of like a nylon with a little bit of padding. There's not EPS, it's more like an EPP or hard or softer, foam material. That's nice if you put it on your handlebars. You're not going to like wreck the EPS, but it also is not quite as protective as I've seen on some other motocross helmets. If we remove this comfort liner, you're going to see a black Mips liner in the way here. Let me go ahead and pull that out. I like that they've matched the liner colors to the graphic on this helmet. So usually at this point you would see the foam EPS, but instead you see this plastic shell in here, a little Mips hologram. So that is that Mips layer. It's going to allow your head to slip inside the helmet. It's between the comfort liner and that foam EPS, but you will notice there are some channels and ports in here to help promote airflow, keep you cool. The pad set's all removable, washable, replaceable. You can always get a new one a year or two down the road. In terms of replacement, with a motocross helmet, remember, if you take a hit, you know, even if it doesn't feel like a whole lot, if your head hits the ground, you are compromising the EPS in that helmet. It should be replaced. These are kind of single-use situations. So if you have taken a hit or yours is just over the general recommendation, 5 years from first use or 8 years from the manufacturing date is what most manufacturers recommend. Replacing a helmet is a good idea. Now, remember, because if you take one hit, you got to get rid of it. That's another reason to not break the bank. And the Fox V1 does just that. For around $200, free shipping at SpeedX, by the way, for around $200, you're going to get Mips equipped DOT ECE 2206 helmet that weighs sub 3 pounds, fits exceptionally well. 1-year warranty from Fox. Pretty good value proposition, as we say over here. Thanks for watching. That's it. If you're in SoCal, come by the store. Otherwise, we appreciate you guys shopping at Speed Addicts. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.